Hello everybody, it's Emery48 here and welcome back to another Star Wars Sunday. Today we are diving into Star Wars Rebels for the first time. We are in 5 BBY in the canon timeline and hitting all of the Rebels episodes that take place in 5 BBY. Now we start with some prequel shorts. I'm guessing this was to get people interested in Rebels and is a quick intro to all of the characters. First one being the Machine and the Ghost. Hera, Kanan, and Chopper escape Imperial TIE fighters in the Ghost. The second is Art Attack. Sabine blows up an airfield with TIE fighters and works as a diversion, allowing Hera and the Ghost to take off. The third is Entanglement. Zeb causes chaos, killing over a dozen stormtroopers. And the fourth and final short is property of Ezra Bridger. Ezra steals tech off a TIE fighter. The Ghost shot down. I don't know why I thought in my head that the Ghost had gotten shot down after he stole off a TIE that never got shot down. The Ghost shot down a TIE. He stole the tech off that TIE. This brings us into Season 1, Episode 1, Spark of Rebellion, Part 1. Also says Part 1 of 2. Vader sends Inquisitors after Force-sensitive children. I was not expecting at all to see Vader that early in the show, and that is very cool. I will say one quick note on characters across the show. Hera, for the first few episodes, it just felt like all she did was fly, which her flying was impressive and needed. But I feel like she didn't get to get off the ship for a while. So it was good to actually see her get off the ship after a few episodes. Ezra interrupts a Ghost team strike, joining the team temporarily. For now. I mean, we know, right, that Ezra is a permanent fixture in the show. So at first, he's a temporary add. They're ambushed by an Imperial destroyer trying to break out Wookiees from an Imperial slave transport. Episode 2, Spark of Rebellion, Part 2. Part 2 of 2. I'll say the first episode was a slow intro for me. I think starting a show off as a Part 1 of 2 is tough because you don't get to have a resolution in Episode 1. I think Episode 2 was really where I got convinced that Rebels is entertaining, because we actually got a resolution to a story. Ezra warns Zeb, Kanan, and Sabine that it is an ambush, and there's actual development here because he'd been working on his own and he had no reason to want to protect these people. But Hera was able to get the good out of Ezra. The Ghost crew then skipped. Zeb gets Ezra caught by the Empire, and the Ghost rescues Ezra. He found out the Wookiees have actually been sent to Kessel. The Ghost crew rescues the Wookiees. Kanan reveals formally as a Jedi. Ezra is Force-sensitive for sure. Kanan's existence is reported to the Inquisitors. Episode 3, Droids in Distress. This one does worry me because I typically don't like droid forward episodes, but this was not that. The Ghost crew is on a shuttle with C-3PO and R2-D2. Somehow. They are somehow working with the Empire. I don't know how they got here. It doesn't make sense to me. They flee with the Ghost after stealing weapons. C-3PO reports location to the Empire. Ezra force pushes for the first time, saving Zeb as they escape. Bail Organa then buys R2-D2 and C-3PO back off Kanan. And I'm just confused as to how they got there, because they were together with the Organas. And I don't know when that changed. Like, when did they come out of the Organa's care? I guess. Although they weren't in the Obi-Wan show. So maybe they weren't. When did that? Whatever. I don't know when that happened. Episode 4, Fight or Flight. Zeb and Ezra steal a tie and cause a lot of havoc on a simple supply run. Episode 5, Rise of the Old Masters. Kanan starts Jedi training Ezra. The Ghost learns of Luminara Unduli's imprisonment. And training is not going so smooth, so Kanan is hoping that if they rescue Luminara, she can then train Ezra. Luminara is dead. An Inquisitor had set her supposed imprisonment up as a trap, using her body and a hologram to trick them. The Ghost escapes after Kanan duels the Inquisitor, and he agrees to continue training Ezra. Episode 6, Breaking Ranks. Ezra infiltrates a youth stormtrooper academy. Chopper is also inside, sending info back out. Ezra steals a device which helps Hera and Kanan locate an Imperial transport that is transporting a Kyber crystal. But he stays behind to help 2 other kids out of the academy safely, one of which he endangered by making them seem better than they are, attracting the interest of an Inquisitor, of the same Inquisitor. Hera and Kanan are able to destroy the Imperial transport with the Kyber crystal. Ezra and the other boy escape with the Ghost crew, and one of them wants to stay in the academy, hoping to find his sister. Episode 7, Out of Darkness. Sabine doesn't trust Hera's secret contact, Fulcrum. She joins on a visit, but Fulcrum is not there. It is just a supply pickup. Zeb and Ezra had never fixed a fuel leak in the ship, the Phantom, and Hera and Sabine are trapped with a bunch of sun-scared feral dogs, basically. Kanan pilots the Ghost, and with the assistance of Zeb and Ezra, pick up the girls. Now, I have a feeling Fulcrum is probably Ahsoka. I don't know what other secret contact with Rebel ties we would be seeing within Rebels, especially Season 1. Now, this video is not going to go into the entirety of Season 1. It is purely for 5 BBY, which we have now covered. So the remainder of Season 1 and potentially into Season 2 will be covered in a future video. So this show is not going to go into our Star Wars shows ranking quite yet because we have not finished season. But I am enjoying the start of Rebels. I don't see this being able to pass Clone Wars, but we are very early into this. We're about 1/8 of the way through the show, so that opinion could change as we get farther into it. It is fun to see the Empire and Rebellion in a cartoon. That is something unique to this, I believe. Other than like Tales of the Jedi and things of that nature. But in a full-fledged show, I believe this is the only cartoon aspect for the Rebellion. We get a lot of other content in that era, but not cartoon-based. So this is nice. That is all I have for the beginning of Star Wars Rebels. Let me know your thoughts on the show in the comments down below. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.